Imagine that inside your brain, there's a powerful resource that can turn your dreams into reality, transform challenges into accomplishments, and turn wasted moments into meaningful time. This resource isn't magic, it's latent energy. It's the energy you spend every day when you scroll through your phone, juggle multiple tasks, or get lost in aimless thoughts. It's your ability to concentrate, the key that determines whether your life becomes vibrant and full of color, or stays a dull outline. In today's world, your concentration is constantly taken by endless external distractions. Technology, constant notifications, and work pressure have trained you to react quickly rather than take control of your life. It often feels like you're just getting by, with no time to actually grow or develop yourself. But what if you could change that? What if you realize that every second spent losing focus is actually an opportunity to tap into your hidden potential? Your brain isn't just a storage space for information, it's a factory that generates energy. To harness that energy, you need to learn how to focus on what really matters. This isn't about working harder, it's about how to organize and direct your mind, turning it into a guiding light, focusing your concentration like a laser, and using time as fuel for a fulfilling life. Once you understand how to unlock the power that's already within you, you'll realize that where you focus is where you grow. In our increasingly connected world, full of distractions, concentration is a valuable yet rare resource. Our focus is fragmented daily by countless notifications, work demands, personal issues, and responsibilities. But within each person is an inner strength, an energy that only comes to life when we consciously direct our minds. This power is the ability to channel all your mental, emotional, and physical energy into one focused point. This is concentration. We often undervalue concentration because the effects of being scattered aren't immediately obvious. In today's culture, multitasking is often praised. But neuroscience shows that while the brain is complex, it's not truly effective at handling multiple tasks at once. When you spread your focus across too many things, you can't deeply engage with any of them. As a result, your concentration and your latent energy becomes weaker and can't reach its full potential. Understanding that concentration is a form of inner energy means recognizing that by choosing where to focus, you're nurturing that part of your life. If you choose to focus your mind, emotions, and actions on a specific project, improving a relationship, or a journey of self-discovery, you'll find more opportunities for growth in that area. On the other hand, if you allow your focus to scatter, it becomes harder to make real progress in anything. This power is often overlooked because it's not something physical like money or objects, but it exists within us and is strong enough to create amazing results. Think about how many people have reached great success in a short time by focusing all their energy on their goals. These examples show that when we concentrate fully on one thing, everything around us tends to improve on its own. To unlock the full potential of concentration, you need to train yourself and stick to a routine. The first step is to identify what's distracting you. It could be notifications from your phone, background noise, or even negative thoughts. Once you recognize these distractions, you can use time management methods like the Pomodoro technique, or break your tasks into manageable chunks to boost your focus. Learning to say no to unnecessary demands also helps free up mental space for what truly matters. A common misconception today is that multitasking boosts productivity. Society often praises multitasking as the quickest way to get results. But research in psychology and neuroscience shows that when you try to do many things at once, both the quality and efficiency of your work drop significantly. The brain has to constantly switch between tasks, which not only lowers productivity, but also uses up more energy. Plus, in today's world, we are constantly interrupted by phones, tablets, and computers sending notifications. This instant reaction culture makes us think dividing our focus is normal, but in reality, it weakens our ability to truly concentrate. Another reason many people don't fully appreciate the power of concentration is that their goals and life paths are unclear. When you don't have a clear sense of your goals, your priorities get mixed up, and any distraction can easily take over. Without clear direction, concentration becomes something that happens by chance. Sometimes it shows up for a short period, and other times it disappears in a sea of small worries or pointless distractions. Without a clear focus, you'll easily get pulled into activities that don't contribute meaningfully to your life. We often don't realize how much a lack of focus affects us until we face the consequences, like poor work performance, unmet personal goals, shallow relationships, and feeling overwhelmed by stress. It's only when these issues become too big to ignore that we see how important concentration really is. Ironically, improving your ability to focus can be the key to achieving great things in both your personal and professional life. To understand why concentration is so powerful, we need to look at how the brain works. The brain is incredibly complex, but it has limits when it comes to processing and storing information. Working memory, the temporary storage of information while we do tasks, has a limited capacity. When you try to multitask, your working memory gets overloaded, making you less efficient and causing more mistakes. Plus, the brain has two types of focus: deliberate focus and involuntary focus. Deliberate focus is when you decide what to pay attention to, while involuntary focus is triggered by outside distractions like noise, light, or phone notifications. These two systems are always competing, and the real challenge is learning how to maintain deliberate focus and not get caught up in distractions. Concentration is also closely tied to motivation and the brain's reward system. When you do something that's enjoyable or meaningful, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that makes you feel excited and motivates you to keep going. This means when you're focused on something you enjoy, your brain naturally keeps you engaged for longer. On the other hand, if a task feels unsatisfying, your brain will quickly look for easy distractions, like checking notifications or watching entertaining videos, which reduces your ability to concentrate. Stress levels also play a big role. When stress is at a moderate level, the body releases adrenaline and cortisol, which help you stay alert and focused. But if stress becomes long-term or too intense, it can make it harder to maintain focus. This is why balancing your hormones and managing stress is so important for keeping your mind clear. Practices like meditation and mindfulness have been proven to improve brain function, especially in the prefrontal cortex, which helps you control emotions and stay focused. Understanding how the brain works not only helps you realize the value of concentration, but also shows you how to improve it. Once you understand that the brain works best when focusing on one task at a time, and that motivation and emotional stability are key to concentration, you'll be able to create the right conditions for staying focused. Knowing how to use your brain's power will help you make smart decisions about when, where, and how to channel your energy, what we call concentration. To make the most of your energy, the first step is to identify what's distracting you in your life. Take some time to review your daily habits and honestly evaluate how you're using your mental energy. You might notice that many distractions happen during your free time, like constantly checking social media or watching short videos without realizing how much time passes. Or maybe your work environment isn't helping you focus because of noise, bad lighting, or interruptions from coworkers. Recognizing these things will help you create a map of the factors that are stealing your focus. Another helpful strategy is to keep track of your daily activities in detail. Write down every task you do and how much time you spend on each one. This will help you see how much time is being wasted on things that don't support your main goals. You can do this by hand or use an app, as long as you keep track regularly to spot any patterns that need to change. It's also useful to identify your triggers, those moments or situations that make you seek distraction. Maybe after finishing a tough task, you feel like you deserve a long break. Or when you're bored or facing a tough problem, you switch to social media or entertaining videos. Once you understand these triggers, you can create strategies to prevent them, like scheduling breaks properly and using techniques like the Pomodoro method to balance work and rest. Also, remember that distractions don't only happen at work. They can show up at home, too. For example, you might spend hours on your phone before bed, or you could get distracted while reading by checking a message. Noise and visual distractions can also take away your concentration. When these leaks build up, they not only lower your productivity, but also hurt your mental health. Once you've identified what's causing your distractions and understand how they work, you'll be able to set boundaries, develop better time management habits, and create routines that help you stay focused. It takes persistence and discipline, but trust that this process will help you grow and improve in many areas of your life. Learning to focus does more than just help you get your work done. It also helps you understand yourself better, set clear life goals, and live a healthier lifestyle. When you give your full attention to one goal, you become more efficient at work and create a life that's more meaningful and fulfilling. Every second you spend focusing is an investment in your future. Keep in mind that concentration isn't just the ability to stay focused. It's also the skill of directing your inner energy toward what truly matters. It turns moments that might feel wasted into energy that helps you overcome obstacles, achieve success, and expand your abilities in ways you never thought possible. In simple terms, the power of concentration lies in your ability to control your mind and focus your energy on meaningful goals. In a world full of distractions, recognizing and eliminating these distractions is the key to unlocking your full potential. To do this, create a quiet work environment, organize your time, and learn to say no to unnecessary demands. This will help you train your focus and achieve both personal and professional success. If you make focusing a daily habit, you'll start to see every moment as an opportunity for growth. Staying focused helps you finish tasks efficiently, open up new possibilities, and build a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. Start today. Turn every moment of work into a solid step toward success, and let your hidden potential shine in ways you never imagined. Finally, remember that when you master the energy of concentration, you'll unlock the ability to break through your limitations. Every time you focus, you not only complete tasks, but also create a strong connection with your life goals, leading to remarkable achievements and a bright future. When aligning your focus with your personal goals, we often think of organizing, planning, and managing tasks. But there's a deeper aspect. Our focus not only guides our actions, but also sends a message to our subconscious and the universe about our true intentions. The idea that where you focus, you will grow means that keeping your attention on your goals naturally attracts the right circumstances, resources, and opportunities, helping you turn your dreams into reality faster. By clearly visualizing what you want, you create an inner energy that, according to the law of attraction, connects you with the right situations. For instance, if your goal is to start your own business, thinking about and feeling the potential of that goal will expand your ability to recognize the right partners, ideas, and connections. Concentration not only determines how often you interact with the world, but also helps you connect with events and people that support your intentions. So, what would happen if you could reprogram your mind to focus only on what truly matters? One popular technique is visualization. Every day, spend a few minutes imagining that you've already achieved your goal using vivid details and strong emotions. This reinforces the message to your brain that your goal is very important. This exercise doesn't just rely on your imagination. It also involves feeling emotions like joy, satisfaction, or a sense of security when you picture your success. This process helps reprogram your behavior and mindset, making it easier to take real action toward your goals. Adjusting your focus to align with your personal goals requires consistency and, most importantly, being honest with yourself about your true desires. It's pointless to chase something just because it looks good or others admire it. When your feelings and desires are in sync, your concentration becomes a powerful force, turning every choice and action into a step towards something bigger and increasing your inner energy. When your intentions are clear and your focus is strong, not only does the process of reaching your goals speed up, but you also begin to create the vibrant, fulfilling life you've always wanted. If concentration is a powerful, hidden energy, then habits are the channels that keep that energy flowing over time. Just having moments of intense focus isn't enough. You need to develop consistent habits that train your mind to stay ready for what really matters. For many people, the challenge is turning initial motivation into daily discipline, and that's when the power of new habits kicks in. A good first step is to look at your daily routines and find things that can be improved or changed. For example, if you have a habit of starting your day by checking social media or email without thinking, try replacing that with a purposeful morning ritual like meditation, breathing exercises, or journaling. These simple habits will help get your mind into a focused state from the start of the day. It's also important to figure out when you're most productive during the day. Some people are at their best in the morning, while others are more focused at night. Schedule tasks that require your full attention during your peak time so you can use your energy for important work, and save less critical tasks for when your energy starts to dip. Another key factor is taking strategic breaks. For example, working in 25-minute intervals with a short break in between might seem like it disrupts your workflow, but in reality, these breaks help recharge your mind and prevent burnout. The brain can't stay focused for long periods without taking breaks. Setting time limits for tasks also helps build a focus habit. Knowing there's a short deadline pushes your brain to work more efficiently and stay on task, while also encouraging you to avoid distractions since every minute counts. In addition, taking care of your physical and mental health, like getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising, directly impacts how well you can concentrate. For instance, lack of sleep affects your memory, makes it harder to think clearly, and reduces your ability to block out distractions, all of which makes it harder to stay focused. With today's digital distractions and daily pressures, mindfulness and meditation have become more important than ever. Mindfulness is about staying in the present moment, not letting your mind drift into the past or worry about the future, but focusing on your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. Meditation includes different practices to help you stay present, such as focusing on your breath, repeating a mantra, or concentrating on an object. Both techniques help train your brain to stop its automatic reactions, so you can notice when your mind starts to wander and gently bring it back to what's important. These practices not only improve concentration, but also help you manage your emotions. Stress, anxiety, and anger can easily distract you, but meditation teaches you to observe your emotions without reacting right away. This helps you make more thoughtful choices, whether you're dealing with tight deadlines, tough conversations, or unexpected situations. Another benefit of meditation and mindfulness is how flexible and accessible they are. You don't need a special space, a specific outfit, or a lot of time to get started. Just a few minutes a day, wherever you are, whether it's in the office, at home, or on the bus, can give you lasting benefits, especially when practiced consistently. For example, meditating for 5 minutes each day can help you stay focused and better understand what's truly important in life. Setting up a daily ritual, like meditating right after waking up, before work, or before bed, will help you build a habit and stay present throughout the day. Once you establish a mindfulness habit, you'll notice that not only does your concentration improve, but your mind also becomes more creative, clearer, and better at handling challenges. We often think of concentration as something related to studying or work, but it also plays a big role in communication and relationships. Living in a society means interacting with family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers. The quality of these relationships depends on your ability to fully focus on the person in front of you, through both words and nonverbal cues. When you concentrate fully during communication, you not only show respect, but you also pick up on the subtle details, intentions, and needs of others. Active listening is a great example. It means not just hearing the words, but paying attention to every detail as the other person speaks, without rushing to respond or making judgments. This makes the speaker feel understood, helping to build trust in both personal and professional relationships. In meetings or work discussions, active listening helps prevent misunderstandings and leads to better decision-making. Also, maintaining eye contact and paying attention to facial expressions can improve interactions and strengthen your connections with others. Concentration in communication doesn't stop when the conversation is over. Taking notes, reviewing key points, and following up on what was discussed shows that you value the time and information shared. When we talk about the power of concentration in shaping reality, we can't ignore the role of spirituality and intuition. While everyone has different beliefs about spirituality, whether it's religion, mystical practices, or a sense of something greater, more and more people agree that there is a depth beyond logic that affects how we see the world and direct our focus. Intuition is described as a quiet understanding that comes from within, without needing an immediate logical explanation. When you learn to quiet your mind and block out external distractions, you create space for your inner voice to guide your decisions, helping you align with your values and life purpose. Focusing on intuition means trusting your inner wisdom, which shows up in feelings, signs, or predictions about the path you should take. Similarly, spirituality helps reconnect you with your core self, bringing peace and a sense of awareness about the bigger picture. For many, this could involve prayer, meditation, or studying philosophy. For others, it may simply be taking time to reflect in nature, or doing personal rituals that promote gratitude and calm. Spiritual practices and moments of silence help you focus on something bigger than everyday concerns, giving your mind space for higher purposes. One way to strengthen this connection is by setting aside time for quiet. Pausing the busy pace of life for a few minutes or hours so your mind can rest and you can absorb subtle insights. In these moments of silence, many people find unexpected solutions to problems that seemed impossible to solve or gain clarity about a life path that once seemed unclear. This is the power of concentration, not only linked to specific goals, but also to inner growth and self-awareness. When you realize that the insights gained from connecting with your inner self guide your life choices, your concentrated energy becomes even stronger, driven by a motivation that goes beyond short-term gains. It creates a sense of purpose and meaning, enriching everything you do. Finally, the power of concentration doesn't just boost productivity, it also shapes the direction of your reality. By nurturing good daily habits and being open to intuition and spirituality, you reinforce the idea that where you focus, you will grow. When you intentionally direct your energy, You can turn dreams into goals, goals into plans, and plans into real results, step by step, creating the life you truly want.